2, 1, and we're back.
Oh, sweet. Right. Well, you have done a shit ton of strategizing. You have all of this set up. Everyone's like getting into the drop troops, into the drop ships. The plans are laid out, communicated down to the different, what's it called, cogitators, and into your ships, your data pads, and everything. So everyone's revved up. Mastodon brings the ship into position over the place, providing a sort of like operation, what's called
Range,
headquarter.
like a high orbit, kind of on where we're gonna mess up.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So throwing that out there, we're now just gonna enlarge that because you're a big target. Move it over here.
A big, sexy target.
Yeah.
Right.
Super. And let's start with the first things. The Red Baron. Would you like to Red Baron the shit out of the enemies? So a piloting role as you get from orbit into orbit into the hemisphere, and just basically like lay down hell and fury upon them.
Modifiers?
Modifiers is going to be 35. You don't. It's a bit difficult to put words to, but you find that your ship today is just hyper responsive, and you are ducking in and out, and you're just coming in from an angle like you make a landing zone like really, really easy. You're cutting through like this, like a red hot, knife through butter. This is not a problem at all. So that's great. Everyone's getting into their landing zones. I'm gonna be asking for some personal piloting from you, Abraham. You can have again plus 35. This is just like your drop troops landing in and basically like getting into the right positions.
Okay.
I'm gonna put in some other. Go on.
What am I rolling you?
So that's gonna be personal piloting. So agility, give or take.
I have pilot spacecraft, but
You should have pilot personal, which is what you would use for your drop shoots.
So literally anything that's piloting and agility based, that will do. It's all good.
So pilot spacecraft, cool. And you said plus 35?
Yeah. Plus 35, yep.
Okay.
Yep, superb. Like, you guys are landing, like, spot on, like, flying down in a way so that the radar is not going to be picking up on you. And I'm just going to be asking for some quick command rolls or fellowship rolls from both you, Abraham, as well as you, Cersei, as you're going to be leading your teams out doing what you do best. And, of course, if you'd like to... well, not so much for you, Cersei, but if you, Abraham, wants to participate directly in the combat, you can also give me a ballistic or a weapon roll.
Oh, because I'm dropping with the recon team, yeah? So you said fellowship?
Mm-hmm. Fellowship, just to sort of like coordinate them.
Okay. Any bonuses? Or no?
Oh, yeah, but still plus 35.
Oh, so plus 30 for me because ill-omened, meaning -5 to fellowship on non-voidborn. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Cool. And then you said roll ballistic. Hello?
Yep.
Okay. And then what modifier of none?
Still plus 35. You're so well prepared for this. Like, we're just gonna have this 35 all the way through.
Okay.
So, like, you're leading your teams. You're identifying commanders, taking them out first, and your initial drop is really well on. You're finding that the heavier fire further on that's happening from the PDF over here, but you're effectively stopping the commanders from like properly like navigating the forces and preventing any form of what you call it, like direction. Now, Cersei, would you like to also give me a quick command or fellowship-based role? As you're going to be leading some of these men into charges and taking bunkers. That's great, yeah. I mean, with your flamer, and quick question, are you using your refined promethium?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so with an additional 20 meters for your flamer, I mean, you don't need to get that close before you can just blind the people and shoot into the actual bunkers, letting everyone else get around and in. So, yeah, definitely, it's going marvelously so far. Let me see here. Let's see, so that's there. Steven's gonna have another piloting role as they are trying to fight your aircrafts. And
Oh, Jesus.
yep, trying. Keyword.
A keyword. Good
God.
God.
Oh, there's no try anymore. There, they failed.
There was only do. No,
Okay.
yeah,
This is just called camping because they're bringing their aircrafts out from underground to like onto the runway, and there's just a Red Baron going, the Red Baron.
The red. He flies low enough for them to hear his audible speakers. The Red Baron strikes again. They're just
It's
like,
like-
who is this madman?
Man,
Good God.
it's going really well. Can I have a Tactica Imperialis from you, Matthias? As you are, I'm assuming you're observing from afar, or are you a part of this entire thing?
So one question I did have, but I didn't want to step on toes. Is there a way for one of the astropaths, makes the sign of the Aquila, to be able to focus on me when communicating? Basically, a way that attunes me to them. All right, I would have done that before the battle. As I say, I want any and all information coming in from the governor and or the Baron, as
You can establish a link
these are
with
the
one of the
machinations of
astropaths.
how the Empire moves. One
Yep.
person takes forever to submit legal documentation, and so a war has begun.
Yep.
Got you. Okay. All right. Tactica Imperialis it is. And what bonus do I get from all the ridiculous garbage?
We're sticking with 35 for now because Jesus
Got you.
fucking Christ.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
use
that's
another
a
fate point to give that a +10.
Okay. Right. You how do I put this? Like, basically, you're commanding, like, communicating with the Imperial Guard and basically using your special forces, so to speak, to like literally make life hell on behind the enemy lines. So you can see trucks coming over here. You coordinate with Abraham to basically have that road, have some quick like grenades like flung underneath the along, or make some booby traps along the road. So you're just gonna have IEDs just blowing them up as they come along, or snipers just shooting the drivers so that they steer out, followed by, machine gun fire here and there.
Gotcha. One note I did send to Arcus was I still believe these men to be loyal, and so if they should surrender on good terms, accept their surrenders. And that would be passed to the PDF, basically like, hey, you see the work we're doing. You do not want to be soured in our eyes when it comes to this.
I'll acknowledge that, and I'll vox ahead to Fox. I'll contact my troops, telling them the same. Like, if they're surrendering, secure them, but do not kill them.
Yep.
Leave them for the PDF, basically, because I understand that our forces cannot hold prisoners for long periods of time. It's all PDF that are going to be holding them at that point.
We're still moving along the first compound, right?
Yeah, you're moving from the first like offense is basically where you're pushing in, and you're basically trying to clear that to take one of their bases and make that your FOB.
I'm gonna link up with my recon boys, and we're gonna try to like push, and we're gonna look for like the larger command structure and try to push towards that.
Okay, sounds good. So just give me.
Jesus, Stevens.
Is that even possible?
Yes.
Apparently it is.
It's if he had a 65. I don't understand why.
How do I explain this? I shall use it by. I shall explain it by using drawings. So.
What are you trying to get me to understand?
So This zone is the kill zone of the Red Baron.
Wait, I didn't see the
I'm
marker.
not seeing
Hold
any
on.
drawings. I'm assuming it's the
There
whole.
you go.
You're like, yes,
I'm
so
like,
it's everything.
I didn't see any drawing. Zooms out. Oh.
Yeah.
How do I put this? Nothing moves. Everything's hunkered down at this stage. I mean, it's basically like air superiority at its finest.
Jesus Christ.
Oh goodness, hold on. My bad.
Oh. Can my character make a perception roll to see if there's any AA units that are set up? And any anti vehicle platforms.
Basically, you're already taking care of that as you're moving along. I'm just bundling this together
Cool.
as like your general war effort. Like you're first targeting anti-air, then you're targeting anti-vehicle, and then you're just moving down the line from there to allow for like movement. So I'm just putting this all as a part of like the tactics that you're using.
Cool.
All right, super. Can I have another? Red Baron, Jesus. Can I have another command roll from the lot of you, Abram? More because you want to basically start pushing further and further in and like find a command structure, probably taking hostages at this stage.
When you say command, as in like what skill?
Captains. So basically, like you're trying to like locate them and coordinate attacks to basically lure them out, and so you can do smash and grab.
Well, no. So what skill am I asking?
Okay, so command, if you have that, or fellowship, one of the two.
Okay. Fellowship. And then plus 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. And just a quick combat roll from you, Eddie will do. And Cersei's, you find that there is a compound that is really hunkered in. At this stage, I'm just going to move some tokens around, so these would have come in here and navigate. Oops. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. So they're in here, they've moved here, these guys are in here. We are now moving towards where the sun is rising up. So it's been a few hours of this, like, being pushed, because let's be honest, firefights can be as quick as 5 minutes, or they can last as long as 2 hours. So
Yeah, it all depends on how the player characters roll.
yeah, in this case, you're being absolutely fantastic. So, as you're basically doing all of that, Cersei's, effectively, you've come across a compound where they're basically going like, nope, we're hunkered down, we have spread out mines here and here, and what have you. It's just one of those like road bumps where either you keep them occupied so people can go around them, or you can take them, or any of that form. You can even just say, fuck it, call in the Red Baron and just make this structure to dust.
Jackie Legs said also, with my first data slate message, what is your order?
So I'm going to.
Are we going to send men to apprehend the Baron or to escort him aboard the ship?
Request air support, or i.e. air superiority and turning a building into rubble.
Was that to me?
That was, who would I be calming actually? I would think it would be,
I think, wouldn't you put it through me and then I put it through the Red Baron?
Yes,
yeah.
I would go to, because my request would go through then you would grant it and then order, you know.
Mm-hmm. Quick, Harkon would be with you, but he wouldn't be a part of your division directly, would he?
No, Harkon would be leading the vehicle troops, because that's, well, he'd leading the gun vehicles and the transport ones.
Super.
Basically,
He
knows
quick question. Yeah, but he would be sharing the same comm as you, as a commander, or would he have a separate one? I'm just trying to establish like what the communications.
He would be on the command channel, yes, with me.
Okay, super. Thanks.
Or sorry, actually, do we have? Is the ship? Anybody manning guns on the ship?
Aside from potentially the Seneschal and Matthias, I don't think so, because everyone else is underground.
Okay.
And of course OX. OX is also there, but I think he's busy doing other things at the moment.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
let me
I'm
roll
rolling
real
more.
quick. Let me roll one thing real quick. Because Matthias, though skilled with the Navy, is in reality out of character, eager to assert himself as a good leader on the ground. So, even, which is the safe bet, will be stays on the ship. Odd will have gone with ground forces. Stays with the ship.
Well, all right.
Mhm.
So can I make a request to Matthias for a ship bombardment of hitting this building? Because if we're right there, he can.
Hold on. Okay. With that, he'll ask clarification. When you say the building is there, how close are you to it?
Saxius, how close are we?
So you are, oh god, close enough to see it, but too close for orbital bombardment to be safe for you. So
Yeah,
you can give the coordinates and then jump in the car and get out of there.
All right.
Yeah. When you send us your coordinates, you would get the reply back. Father Xerxes, be advised, the weapons on the ship will glass the kilometer that you are within, including the building itself. You are not within a safe distance, and so, if possible,
Okay.
contact the Red Baron.
No, I'm going to. Does anybody around me have a loudspeaker?
Oh, here we go.
But I can-
Vehicles
I can-
normally have them.
and suggest
Technically,
that-
you do because I have one following you around.
All
Servo
right.
skulls for the win.
Turn
Brian.
turn that sucker all the way up.
As you wish.
So what indicator? How do I know what?
Oh, you've got
what
men to tell
building-
you.
Like, what kind of building is this? What am I going to call it?
Oh, you probably call it for like a entrenched compound or something like that. But you've got like other communicators with you that would then use the right terminology for you.
So I get on that loudspeaker. I'm like, inhabitants of this filthy bunker, you have the next minute to surrender your lives, or so help the Lord Emperor, and the wrath that would come down upon you would nothing would remain of you, not even your memories. If you so
I'm gonna cut you out there as you hear something sort of like whoosh over your head. As you think they've just tried to have a sniper shoot at you.
y'all gonna die.
Rip.
If I
Y'all
This is,
gonna die.
this is Night Stalker actual to fucking what Brian to Xerxes come in. If sorry, I just got a PM from someone. If you're having issues with the bunker, Harkin is currently in command of our ground vehicles, and he has access to explosive ordnance via the turret.
Jackie Lake said,
should you require it.
I want that building turned to rubble, and nothing to remain of it.
Then I will. I'll signal to Harkin to coordinate with Brian and his men, and then have them hit the bunker.
And on the last deal, I do grab the microphone and go, "Let the Emperor be your judge."
Oh, that's fine. Oh, yeah.
Does Brian's intimidation work? Though is the real question.
No. That's what I rolled for.
Yeah,
That's why they shot at him.
Okay.
They just went, nah, we're too entrenched. They're not going to get to us. But then,
obviously they didn't see the last trench.
okay.
Then I'll signal to, is Harkin in position, or is he still a ways out from Brian?
He's turning over towards there, so he'll be there within like an hour and a half to basically provide. Not an hour and a half. It'll be like 30 to 45 minutes because you're all working in like really close proximity to one another. Harkin's communicating upwards to the ship, and from the ship with Remus down to the Red Baron to basically provide some light bombing of that area.
I'll just give Harkin a quick word of encouragement. How do I put it?
Formulate, and then execute.
Our fellow brother in the house requires your assistance. Show him the wrath of the Emperor's finest, and show him what happens to those who dare strike our brothers.
As lightning.
Nice.
I shall find. Yep, and sure. Just roll. Red Baron carpet bombing 569 people.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Of course he gets a 69. Of course he gets a 69.
They die.
well. Hey.
So
The
I have to
the
ask.
history books will show that we gave them terms for surrender.
But that mattered.
Okay,
Hey, I offered surrendering. I
Cersei, have you ever witnessed what would be the equivalent of a sun enveloping a compound? Because that's what happens when the Red Baron comes by with melter bombs.
No, the light shining brighter than the sun is the Emperor's light. That is what we're talking about.
Roll for intelligence. Have him roll for intelligence.
No.
Who, me?
I'm worried Brian's intelligence skill is like 30.
No, it's not.
He's a
You want me to?
bookworm. How do you be at 30 intelligence as a bookworm?
Oh, is he really a bookworm? I thought he was just a preacher man.
No.
Don't worry, the first hour of game, but whatever.
I have to ask people here.
So there's my intelligence roll.
Jesus Christ. I just looked up your character sheet. I'm like, oh god.
Come on, stay away from others'
Hey,
character
don't-
sheets. Come on now,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
The only reason I say this is because it's way funner to find it out in person than it is looking at a
Oh,
character sheet.
I just wanted to see what his intelligence stat was.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So
Anyway,
anyways, there's my intelligence roll. I don't know why I rolled it, but there it is.
me neither. So I
This
just
is a good night for rolls.
Jesus, man, you're fucking fire. I'm just gonna go down the line. So, the Red Baron, you have already done a lot of combat in the past. You're kind of jaded to most of the things. Plus, you're flying up high. You don't see the actual terrors of war as they're happening. So, I'm not gonna need anything from you. Abraham, you are a soldier. You've been leading. You've been commanding. You would be used to these kind of things. I'm just gonna be asking for like a general sort of like willpower check with a plus 20. This is purely because the horrors of war are like really kicking in now, because you've just okayed like I know it's just
I'm gonna fate point that. Hold on.
Well, don't you
Just-
hold on, Farrell? Don't you have an
no, Abraham, you pass. I'll tell you that much right now. You pass.
I don't feel like I passed though, because that's a negative 0.2.
Well, there are
Well,
another
the
modifier that I'm
god
not
is
telling you
speaking
about.
right now, so you know.
I have to take into account some other things that are happening, and I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you that you pass. That's just what I need to sort of like put out there for now.
I'm just gonna.
You got a rockin' priest by your side.
I'm still gonna improve that, because I don't trust what's going on.
That's all right. You can do on that plus 10, which is just to give you like 0.8 degrees of success.
No. We're gonna keep up tonight's. Jesus.
You should have taken the plus 10, you nerd.
Okay. Basically, just
For fuck's sake.
roll me a 1d5, and it's just like a 1d5 minus 1. It's just like the sanity like slowly being ebbed away as you're having to take sniper kills. You're looking at people as these things are happening. You're looking at the reactions as this is going on. It's not exactly easy things that's going to be resting on your conscience as you do this. I believe you have jaded off the top of my head.
No, my character does not.
Okay, well, it's
That's
something that
right.
is definitely hardening you as you're having to make these calls, and like the whole bombing of that area.
For it.
Go on.
So, basically, the best way to describe it is one of the PDF men who's pushing up, assisting your men, right? Young guy, looks like potentially a best friend from Elysia. Young. You both enlisted together. You're driving him towards the enemy, and you see the fervor in his face
And then
as
explodes.
the 500 grain projectile passes through the back of his head and exits out the other side, ending his life in this war campaign against the now perceived heretics.
Right.
And a little bit of you dies in that.
That's a good way of putting it. Yep. So that's just that. I'd like to do the same for yourself, Xerxes. Again, I think it's just the whole weight of these people could have been saved if they were given a chance. That's my main argument.
Yep.
Though if you'd like to argue otherwise, that you don't believe in the redemption, I can give you more of a bonus than that, but you have to give me a good argument from your character's perspective.
No, I understand.
Okay.
So what type of roll? A
Willpower. Willpower with a plus 20, because a lot of these, like, there's been a build up to this where it's kind of justified and the fervor that's going on.
Okay.
Remember that heresy you pointed out last session?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Yep. You're fine.
Smokes it.
You look at this and go, you shrug and go, nah, they had it coming.
They didn't surrender.
They could have repented. Burns
did.
the next
Repented,
3
I
wounded.
gave him a chance. So, Lord, I say what I mean and mean what I say. Let the Emperor be their judge.
Burns the next 2.8 wounded that he finds.
All right. I'm just going to do a last command and combat roll from everyone except for you, Xerxes. You're just burning people. No need for basic skills for that.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, you said
wow.
last command roll from everyone? Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. So just roll what fellowship?
In fellowship, or if you have command, you can do that. Again,
Command.
plus 35.
Oh, do you mean from people on the ground, not myself?
No, you two.
Okay, gotcha. No problem.
Okay.
Do I need to make a roll for mechanicus that are supplying people and making
Yes.
sure all their
And
Yes,
I,
but you would be doing logic OX and yep, Thumbless.
okay logic and
And that's what I'd ask for you as you're having to distribute it out. Yes, Thumbless.
should I have a plus to this in any way?
Yeah, plus 35.
There you
What
go.
did you say? Oh, wow. What were you saying, Thumbless? Jackie Legs?
Jack.
sorry, I'm also on the phone.
Okay. That's all right. You get back to us when you said.
I'm good. What was it?
I was just asked the degrees of your fellowship. Is there anything specifically you're trying to sort of like coordinate, or otherwise I just roll this into you like working the auger race and like communicating what you find because you've got most of this like locked down.
Yeah, just auger raising and coordinating.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good.
I'm built a comm jammer too, if you would like to abuse that in any way. Your silence is noted.
Remember, he's on the
now it's a
phone.
bit difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Murdoch, I've made. You say 20 or 30 more?
Saxus filled me in,
Okay.
but your craftsmanship is very appreciated, brother.
Of course.
Ooh. Saxius, not like this.
What?
Dot. Just a message going back and forth that the chat would be able to see.
All right. 100. Let me just do like a quick 6 rolls for the other side. See how that's going. Well.
Jesus!
What?
Well,
in
2
the
and a 3, holy shit. Can I
What
put
is-
a fate point
what
to
is-
make their
what?
roll shittier?
It's alright, makes it interesting. Let's see how it plays out.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how this plays out.
Well, I know the next move, Jack. Initiate Order 1776.
Yes, my lord.
Let me just remove the name of this, just because it's not actually the Tenebrous Mare here. I just need the token itself.
Yep, their ship, gotcha.
Oh, that's just really badly pixelated, but yeah. Here they are.
So out of curiosity, what was that roll for?
Oh, he said
Yep.
the south side forces, so the forces of the, did you say Mordian? Or were they, no, Valhallans, I apologize.
Valhallan.
Yeah, the Valhallans and the Rogue Traders forces.
Oh. So they're not doing so hot?
They did a couple pretty good rolls.
Hmm.
The front light seems to be smashed. Zaxia's question.
Yes.
I know it's a bit of out of characterness. Would, well, no, Cadmus is a navigator. He wouldn't actually be able to assist Lady Sachi in,
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Gotcha. That's fair.
All right. That's where you are at the moment, and then no further process is really sort of being pushed. This was the initial push that was being done. You then receive a Vox from, Vox basically from the Rogue Trader, saying that phase 2 of the plan is commencing now.
And what was their phase 2 plan, since he did send me,
So phase 2 for your debrief basically moves over into like holding positions, and special equipment will be deployed for the Hive City itself.
Got you. So basically, we will, since that's the case, and it looks like it, we will make sure that the PDF are fully entrenched in their positions, that our commandos and heavy infantry give them good, basically good briefings, so good fields of fire, good positions, and what to look for and how to employ against it. And then we will send down our gun cutters to pick up, and the heavy equipment landers to pick them up in a safe area and take them back up to the ship as we prepare for using our tactical air reconnaissance that was taken earlier to try to push into the Hive City rapidly if the Baron is foolish enough not to do his thing.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask for our beloved Senator here to roll me with his auger race. So, you will not get the plus 35 for this. You will get a plus 10, however, for awareness. Super. Right. Thumulus, you're picking up that there is a build-up of energy from the Rogue Trader Simon Xavier Johansson III's flagship, and the readings are very weird, but the cogitators are identifying it as archaeotech.
Oh, here we go.
So, I mean, this looks to be like a prolonged thing, so it might take 30 an hour for it to be building up, but it's something that's like enough for your cogitator or your scanners to just be picking up from where you are at the moment.
Beep.
I will inform the rest of the command staff.
Okay. You share that data. Anyone that has tech use can roll. OX, you can roll your either tech or forbidden law technology, or archaeotech, if you have that. Yeah.
I will make can I make an off-the-cuff intelligence at a base?
Yes, it'll be half your intelligence of it.
Got you. All right.
I was just about to ask the same thing.
Yeah, it'll be half intelligence. on the off chance that you know what's happening.
How do you do half intelligence?
Just do give me a D100 and just look at the.
I can just
Red
pop
Baron
gamble.
knows what it is.
Gamble is half my intelligence.
That's with 35. I can't really give that to him.
Gamble's also half my intelligence.
Okay, so Thumulus, you pass.
Do you want me to roll with or without a modifier, though?
Is it critical
Without
that
modifier.
I do it? I mean, do I need to?
You don't need to know.
Okay.
Oh.
Jesus, Farrell.
I rolled an 85. Damn.
I know. I feel it.
Is that better?
Alright.
Is that
And-
better, Asaxius? I rolled without a modifier.
Yeah, so you have 40, so it'll be because you would have like 31. Oh no, you've got tech
Yeah,
use.
he's got tech use.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna go down the list. Tomberry, are you keeping that?
No, I'm gonna probably roll again, but use my tech use because it's.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to clarify before you roll. The difference between the two is just like the in-depth knowledge that you would have between the two. So you would still succeed. It's just like the specifics of how it works and whatnot that might elude you at the time. You'll be able to read it.
I wish I knew that before I hit enter because I was like, damn it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Why would you
If you
care?
want to
One of
reroll-
them was a negative success, and the other one was absolutely positive.
Yeah, I know.
It's alright. So I'm going to start off with the Red Baron. From your service with... I'm just going to turn off the combat music here. From your service with the Navy, you have heard tales of almost magical-like equipment that allows for the Imperial Navy to, insert soldiers into ships that would have been otherwise impenetrable to boarding. You've heard of that, and these like readings and how it's being described just seems to be aligning itself with that. You've never seen such devices, but you've just heard tales from like other officers as this information is being shared. Going down the
Jackie
the
likes
list,
it.
see here, Thumulus. You actually pass.
And on top of that, I'm gonna spend a fate point as well with my Seeker of Lore Seneschal special ability to just
Okay. Yeah, get that extra bit in there. Super. Sleepy. So OX. You effectively pick up that you've heard of this. You're positive that you know what it is. You've heard of the teleportarium before. You've heard of what it can be done. It is archaeotech. It's very difficult to get a hand of, and it's got very unique signatures. So it's not exactly subtle when it's being deployed.
Mhm.
So you know that is something that can be done, but you also know there's a great risk involved for when these things are being deployed and used. So it's not, it's a hit and miss at times. You can teleport people in somewhere, but then they might end up, a foot down, and then suddenly their legs are inside of concrete, and it's a really messy thing if you get the calculations wrong.
So you're telling me that they could be part stone?
They could be if.
Or yeah, they could be melded to things. Oh god. Oh, that's Operation when we tried to make force fields. Those poor sheep were melded to the wall.
I'm doing my part.
So.
Yeah.
I guess I'll definitely inform the captain about this.
Mm-hmm. Thumulus, you, like I said, recognize that this is a teleportarium that's being deployed. From the way it's being positioned up and how all the scans and what have you that's been taking place over the battlefield that you've been keeping an eye on, you start seeing that they are lining all of their scans from like all of the 5 ships, like watch how you would see the stars aligning in our solar system into a single line. So they have been effectively triangulating you with every ship into this position.
Got you.
And yeah. What's it called? That seems to have gone off. You don't know if it's been successful or not, but you know it suddenly goes building up, and then poof, large discharge of energy. And then it sort of like almost shoots downwards into this location. Okay. Do you guys keep holding the line?
Well, if we get that information, I would request from Master Thumulus, how does it look to that their offensive is going, as I sit on the reconnaissance footage that we have, and combining that with our scans, I believe. Can I make a I would believe that we may be able to help, but I need to make a roll on that.
All right.
Everyone messages me.
Everyone thinks you're important.
So you're trying to sort of like understand like what you can do from this position here, or whether there's, if you can do something directly here. Am I understanding you right?
Basically, what I'm looking at the moment is I know that we have some reconnaissance of the lower to mid hive, which isn't quite helpful in taking the governor, but this station right here, that's part of the lower hive, is it not?
Yeah, so it's not like you can see in these other ones, like it's got different like higher levels and what have you. This is just a single spire. It's not as grand or what have you, but it's there.
Well,
don't know, does that sort of answer the question for you?
Or
do
it does.
more specifics?
Can I make a... Well, more specifics are really dependent on what you think I would have pieced together thus far. Can I make a... I don't know if it'd be intelligence, tactic imperialis, anything like that, but basically a roll to see, in reality, is my information of not only the aerial reconnaissance, but also our dope Audere ray scans able to basically either help them cordon that off with their teleportation so that reinforcements from the Baron's infantry can't push in to reinforce it once it starts taking casualties, or something of that like. Basically, while my mind is going through this, I will also talk to Portunus to start drafting up an agreement between rogue traders, or prepare, rest his mind if he can. I know he's still doing stuff, to prepare to have potential legal negotiations with the other rogue trader ship, and I would do the same to, of course, Lord Regis Court Godwin. And then check on Mr. Pilkington.
Mr. Pilkington is happily pleased in the progress.
Yes!
There is
Commissar Pilkington.
Oh, man.
Yes. Pilkington has given a gold star to Macedon and each of the senior officers that has participated in this.
Imagine like going black him and he coughs up a gold star.
He personally blessed them with his innards. Oh God.
Just messing with me like, how is this bird doing this, and how is this man a part of reality?
Right. So if you want to sort of like help triangulate this or any of that,
can I roll a commerce? There we go. Would commerce be a portion of that, basically, to understand, like, hey, I realize what potential tactical... God, what skill would that be? What kind of tactical asset our information is? I know they're triangulating with their ships, but eyes on the ground kind of information is nice, because you can be like, hey, you could definitely teleport here, but that's a causeway. I mean, basically, they're going to be able to flood vehicles and troops in there, and regardless of what you put down there, other than, say, a god machine, it's going to be rushed.
I'd say you could do Tactica Imperialis. I'd give you a +10 for this. At this point, this we've been hand-waving time quite a lot here, but you guys have been pushing throughout all of the morning, most of the afternoon, and you've been basically, because of how effective the Red Baron has been, you have literally mainly just been driving to like make up for time and what have you. Like most of the times you come to a compound, you see it, the Red Baron flies in, makes quick work of it, and when the Red Baron's not around, your scouts have been so efficient at like cutting them off that they don't know what's going on, so they're basically sitting ducks. So we're getting towards like the later evening of that same day, just so we can sort of like all get like an understanding of like how time has been moving along.
Stevens, yes, stop giving Saxius ideas. He promised. Good God, another.
So have we by midday have we secured the first fob?
Well, I would be careful. Because remember, he said how big this expanse is. I mean, for God's sakes, we're moving right now, I would suggest, like, the Ghost Division. Like, we're so fast that if we didn't have direct orbital communications with you guys, we wouldn't know where the fuck you are.
Right.
I mean, you're moving,
I'm just
kilometers
curious
within...
if by that time we've secured the first spot we've attacked.
You secure the first, you move on, you move off to another one, so on. Like, it's just been, like, constant rolling where you go from one fob to the other.
Let me rephrase what I said. So those two above the ship are taken and whatnot, correct?
Yep. So currently this is your fob.
Okay. Cool.
Thomas,
did we just completely raise those things, or did we happen to find anything that would actually be useful to the house and to our?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hand brushes as like general equipment,
cool.
Communications arrays, promethium, really good promethium.
Any other like heavy weapons we might have found?
Which one?
Any other heavy weapons that we might have found?
Machine guns, yeah.
Okay.
I would double up on my astropaths, and I would press them, not rudely.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Stop it, Saxius. I know you have witchcraft to make it an 8, so stop it.
Yeah.
No. That's Lady Sachi coming in saying she's had enough of this corner.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Making this 8.
Oh, you just do.
Stop blessing us, corn.
Right? Well, here's the thing. I mean, arguably in lore, it's like, oh, every single drop of blood spilled is up to Khorne. Well, they have to say it's for Khorne. If we're saying for the Emperor, and the other side's saying for the Emperor, it's for the Emperor.
Lady
For the Emperor.
Lady Sachi is coming in on the command deck, and she's saying she's had enough of these, hold callers kind of thing.
Oh shit.
And she basically goes in. She has brought another telepath with her, and basically does something. The telepath falls to the ground.
Oh shit!
Starts, conversing, frothing from the mouth, and then she says, "All right, you're now talking to the Baron."
I immediately press the the yellow medical button for the bridge, not the I'm wounded one.
She holds up her hand and says, "Don't."
And he'll
let
nod.
it happen. Then let it happen.
Nods.
And then you see the thing, the astropathic being slowly stops and it says, "What's happening? Where am I?" Looking around, confused. And then Lady Sachi speaks. "Lord Baron, you are now in communication with the rogue trader Matthias. I know it was against your will. However, he has been requesting your presence for a while now, and you have been dutifully ignoring him. Lord Matthias." She motions for the seizuring, psychum.
He'll nod at Lady Sachi. Baron Javier Sertan Ulbrexis, I have come to you in the most dire of times. The war against you has been initiated, rightly so, on Imperial grounds by the Governor and another rogue trader house. I need your response if you wish to survive this matter. I believe full-heartedly that you are a loyal Imperial citizen. But Your lack of response here has meant the deaths of your men. You need to understand the gravity of this situation. Right now, you're being accosted by a rogue trader house who has technologies most likely higher than you can imagine. And I am on your side in this, if you stay loyal. But we need a response now. Your men are dying in the field. The governor awaits your response.
I will agree to a ceasefire. I will agree to surrendering myself if you are willing to accept me as your direct prisoner of this, as you have been the most diplomatic for all of this.
Can I make a, I understand it's off the cuff, roll for whatever you deem
yes.
to understand whether or not I become an enemy of the Empire in doing this?
Absolutely. Give me an intelligence check. You have a plus 10 from, actually, sorry, plus 20 because Portunus and Regis is right there, being your advisors.
Oh my.
Nice.
Thank God.
Basically, you've got Regis leaning in saying, take the fucking deal. And Portunus going like, yep, I mean, he will be your prisoner of war. He will be for you to basically deal with. You are a part of this, but because you're an outside faction, the jurisdiction is not going to be extending out to you the same way.
Okay. With that, I will rapidly say, your terms are agreed upon. I request approach vectors for my men to escort you and your family out of the hive.
Okay.
And right when he does that, I'll motion to a bridge aide to immediately get in contact with the Red Baron and Arcus to pull all of our forces off, and literally we're gonna dedicate like almost every single fighter wing to this escort. Like, swear to God, if the other Rogue Trader house decides to try to be dumb with this, it's gonna be bad. Our
Copy.
tiny little
I'll have my
person
guys
ship.
start pulling stuff back.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So the Baron says, yes, please release me back to my body. I shall do it so. The sergeant waits for you to give the command to release.
Now we'll motion her. Yep, with a nod.
Okay. So from there, what we're going to need is a retarded plus 35 from the Red Baron, as he's going to be making his way in. What's it called? Crash, smash, and grab from Abraham, as he's going to have to.
Wait, what?
You're going to be breaking your way in there to get him. Like,
okay.
The communication hasn't gone throughout the entire hive to lay down their arms, so you are going to basically be like breaking your way in there, getting the family, getting them out, and then moving on.
What am I rolling then?
Just combat. Any combat.
Ballistic
either your ballistic or tactical imperialis as you're maneuvering your forces.
Okay, any modifier or no?
I'll give you. Yes, you can.
Okay.
What is it? Because I had two people talking at once.
So you can do whichever one you prefer. So if you want to be more combat oriented, that's literally you leading at the very forefront, like kicking down doors and taking names and kicking ass.
And I was comsing in because I wanted to know if I could assist you.
I was just asking if there's a modifier. I was going to do Tactica Imperialis to do it as bloodlessly as possible.
Okay. Yes. Let me just get a quick tech roll from Sleepy Town, and then you'll get a plus 10 to base, and then to see the tech use.
Okay. So you would like me to do tech use?
And perhaps an awareness test for the augur raised to give him more information.
Go for it. Yeah.
Sweet. Let's do this, buddy.
Of course, more benefits.
It's a success.
Oh.
That's a 96. He's not going to get anything from me.
Okay. So
you're gonna do a fate point, buddy?
I don't have any left.
Oh no!
Oof. Then just roll. Hold on. Yeah, you rolled. Okay, Tom Berg, 10 out of 10.
Can I give a fate point to him?
Nope. I don't think that's.
No,
a
you can't do
Fair.
that.
I'm afraid you can't.
The only
Otherwise,
then-
person I
then-
think technically can do that after they buy a bunch of abilities is actually Brian.
yes,
Mhm.
Brian
But-
is the only one who can lend out fate points when he gets there.
And he has to
Yep.
buy a lot of abilities. Because it's a really broken thing. I mean, he could be like, yeah, I'll let this guy fate point because all I did was buy fate points.
Okay, so no modifier then?
Plus 10. Sorry, plus 20.
Oh, plus 20. Okay.
Yeah, I did succeed.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's 1.6 degrees of success.
Okay, super. So it is done as bloodlessly as you can possibly do. Mind you, like, you get in there really easy, you make your way in there. It's just like when you actually do the return, that's when like guards pick up that you're there and they try to attack you. Along the way, you are perceiving, because this is going to be obvious as all fuck. The what's it called? At this stage, what's it called again? The teleportarium would have gone off. It has not happened inside, the same room where you are, but you are picking up that there is some heavy lass fire, which sounds way too clean to be Imperial standard weaponry, making their way towards you. As you are racing out, you're getting out fine. You got the VIP, you're getting to the rendezvous, and you're basically making out that it's probably a kill team that was sent from the other rogue trader to just level the places. They're being indiscriminate with bombs, C4, melter bombs, gunfire.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm assuming we're still in the building when we hear that.
You're making your way out of the building towards where Steven is waiting for you to fly off.
I'm going to signal to Stevens, wave off. We have potential assassins inbound. We need you in the air to get eyes on. We will hold up here. We will have you re-clear the area, and then we will extract as planned.
Right, let me just see if I can clarify this. Like, they're not they're not close to you. Think of it more like they're 300 yards, away from you, but the noise echoing means that you, as a trained soldier, would be making out what kind of gunfire is going on. If that's making sense. So what I'm saying is that you could get into the ship and fly off safely because you've drilled this.
Oh,
but if
okay.
if you don't stay,
I thought Stevens was further.
No, like you're running out of the building towards the rendezvous where Steven is. So, 100 meters away from you, and you're making out in the background like these guys are gunning for you. So you are just going to be running with this man, with his family, into the vehicle, and probably make your way out with a few shots being done after you. But you've got a heavy bird.
Okay. No, then if that's the case, we're gonna escort them as fast as we can. Then I'm gonna do a quick perception to see if I see any, see if I can like identify them, with my, because the image intensifier is just night vision, isn't it? It's not like binos.
Yeah, it's just night vision for now. That's more or less it. So yeah.
Let me see if there's any other.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. What? Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's all I have. So can I just roll perception to see if I see anything?
Yeah. God, I didn't forgot about a certain NPC that character has. Let me quickly get a picture that I need to share with you.
Okay. Do I roll any modifier?
Yeah. You do. Okay. Let me just get this picture uploaded because I forgot this person was on board.
Here we go.
Yeah, secret stuff.
Secret squirrel. Dab.
You wonder how? You want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
My father was.
The Emperor wishes him dead.
I'm waiting for. Be like, I mean, you don't really want us to tell the Red Baron's Ace Squad to come in. I mean,
so roll me.
Red Baron has an Ace Squad.
Sorry, I need to quickly get out your character sheet and see what you have. Oh boy, sorry, I really am behind on that one. That's my fault.
It's fair.
It's all good.
Wow, worst GM ever.
Whoa!
Yeah, thanks.
Whoa!
I will personally sack tap you when I see you
I'm
again.
kidding. It's
That's
a
it.
joke.
I understand.
Shield.
I understand your concern. Please go to Yelp and give me a fair review.
Go to Yelp, type in your review, and go fuck yourself.
And then delete it because no one cares.
Exactly. Give me a Scholastic Law Tacticum.
Ooh. Okay.
Because this is something that you have to refer to like previous tactics and things that you would have learned.
Okay.
Oh
Any modifier?
boy.
That's it, but I'm gonna send you in private what you recognize it as.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna hold on. No. That's a fate point.
Okay.
Let me go down and change that, and then also roll my dice to see if I. So hold on.
Corn. Is that you?
Oh God, right.
Rolls a 4. Okay. So then reroll. Tactic Imperialis. There we go. There we go.
I feel like making some popcorn
So
right now.
God
one
damn.
thing I would like to say in this, I would have stated to D'Arcus, Father Xerxes is of course assisting you in this matter, but remember, he may not understand the speed of your tactics, which in the end is saying take him if you want, but understand that he's an ecclesiarchy.
Gotcha.
So the real question is, did you take a priest with you?
Well, no, because him and I were split up before.
That's
Gotcha.
fine. You've had
That's fair.
plenty of time to regroup.
Remember, I dispatched literally fighter escorts with troop transports to get everything back once we got that contract signed. That was
Alright. Let's quick. It's just a quick yes no. Is Cersei's with you?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay. Then.
Okay, so
does anyone else do that, or
stop. We're continuing with this. I'm not having any more of this discussion. Just moving this forward because this needs to be done now. As you're making your way out, you're looking at the back and you're seeing this individual standing at the further back, basically observing you with a happy little grin. You know what it is. I've given you the title. Only you can see this.
That's what I was wondering.
Abraham, only you can see this. Only you know what you've seen here. And I am